Okay, I think, okay, so for now, okay, maybe.
Concerning the mobile money,
yeah,
I'm one of the people,
okay,
I don't encourage mobile money.
okay.
So, but
Everyone is entitled to,
because of the nature of my business,
okay,
if I'm not there, invoice is done. I don't want any customer to pay. We don't have any tracking. The mobile money, we don't have anyone for the business.
like maybe a number,
yes,
the company's mobile money number.
Yes, we don't.
Okay.
So, and I don't want anybody to make payments into my personal. I'll use it. It will be difficult for me to account for it. And it makes the tracking also. So, but now I'm using it. But I think I have to get a number for it.
Yeah.
Because every week I have to check with my accountant. Can you let me, then all the time when somebody pays, I have to inform the accountant. Then you can see that on Fridays, Mabel, you have to pay this, give this money. Sometimes I already. Yeah. So I just wanted to find out if there is a way that you can link it into the company's business account.
Okay, so that's what feedback comes in.
I'll be very grateful. So I goes direct and not coming to me and it's always worrying me.
Yeah, so with feedback, you can just link it to your company's bank account. So all the money will just go inside, and then it will be good to go. Okay, Peggy, any other question before maybe we go?
I would like to add, how do you know these apps that because we have our moving on?
Yeah.
They say recommended apps.
Yeah.
But until I came for this program, because of the apps you mentioned, I've never heard many of it. And I'm always online, updating my phone.
Yeah.
I'm quite. It's like I'm lost.
Oh, no. Okay, so I mean, sometimes this is from, the community you are in. So let's say if you find yourself in, maybe you have friends who are into maybe designing, maybe at least in the course of your interaction, they will come up here to go, maybe check this out, maybe this new thing came. I even use it, receive payments and everything, you get it. So, and then sometimes maybe you can just be a little bit inquisitive. So sometimes.
Play Store inform us.
So let me just give maybe just a classical example. I think that was last month. Tomato had a program at UPS. I've forgotten experience, a very good experience. So my brother, he is a drummer, so everything music, he's so much into it and everything. So he said, we really wanted to go for the program, and they were holding it in person and also selling virtual tickets. So, but my brother wanted to go for the in-person one. So, he logged on to the website and everything, and he had to go and pay for the ticket to the program. Then he told me that, they have sent him a link. That was a Paystack link. But prior to that, I knew about Paystack and everything. So when he sent me the link and everything, he just within some few minutes, he had made the payment to them, and they had given him his ticket number. So that when he gets to the venue, he can just tell them his ticket number, and then they would allow him entry. And everything was like, okay. So even if I hadn't heard it before, because my brother was involved in something music, I would have gotten to know that, so businesses can even use Paystack to receive. So he didn't use mobile money that pay into my mobile money account, or just a link. They will send you the link, and then he connects maybe the account to maybe his bank details. When you pay, it goes directly into his bank details without any other interference. You get it? Yeah, so sometimes you see that maybe you have people around you who might know some of these things, or you can be a little bit inquisitive. And sometimes you can visit websites. Maybe let's say you are into the more like the food industry. So sometimes when you visit competitor websites, you get to know what they are doing. You get to know. So maybe you can. So sometimes you can even try buying something from there to check how they receive payments. So maybe from that you can realize that okay, so my competitor is using this maybe software or technology to receive payment. Why not maybe just maybe research more about this kind of maybe payment system, or maybe you log into their website and maybe realize that maybe before you can start work with them, they have an invoicing app or a contracting system app. You get it? So maybe for some businesses, they would have to sign e-contracts with you. So if that business does have that maybe invoicing app, maybe contract system app, then you can just do a little bit of research and then get to know how. Of course, you don't maybe copy and paste, but you just want to learn how you can tweak it to fit your business. You get it? So sometimes you can just be a little bit inquisitive, just research and go to visit websites of do all those research a little bit, and maybe I believe you might get to know quite something that are happening.
Another thing I wanted to add is through this trading, at times you learn more. When you get the opportunity to attend this trade, you can see that somebody is doing something that is also unique, or is close, or is near to whatever you are. And when you ask, that is where they can also take it. But some of the platforms that I think another thing, if you want to do business plan, in your business plan, financial statements and all that, you need to have all that in your information, the bank account and all. They need those information. So through that also it helps.
Okay, very good. So and one thing is okay, and then I think that more like the agenda. I think we also supposed to talk about other collaborations. You get it. So because we are all in business, I just wanted to ask first. So how do we keep the database of our customers? So let's say non-laminate. So let's say you have over 100 customers. How do you keep the contacts of your customers? Let us imagine you have over 100 customers. How do you keep the contacts of your customers? You write them in a book, on your phone. Good, like you save it maybe on a cloud, maybe Google Drive, something on the phone itself.
Yeah, the name of the business.
So it's on your contact log. Okay, so please, any other, so let's say, Peggy, how do you?
I use WhatsApp Business.
You use WhatsApp Business?
Yes, and then I have an email that I've created solely for anybody doing business with me. So it's linked to my email. So you see my settings, all the emails with contacts, will show in the contact list. Even if I lose my phone,
you
I
can
always
always retrieve it.
Yes.
Okay, Mami, how do you, keep your contacts list for the people who have done? Because one thing in business is that some people might come and do business with you, and maybe they might not be repeat customers maybe for a very long time, but maybe 3 months after, maybe they would have loved to get back to you. Maybe for some reason they may have lost your number or something would have happened. So how do you get in touch with those people again? Maybe you have some new products or services you think might benefit them. How do you reach out? Because you've already done business with them, at least there is a certain level of trust. You get it. So how do you reach out to people who have done businesses with you for repeat business? So how do you manage your contact list?
It's now Christmas. I try to call my customers.
Okay.
Those who come home, come direct to me to buy.
Okay.
To give them something. Take it.
Okay.
Free something.
Okay.
Or I'll call you and ask you, how is it? I haven't heard from you.
Okay.
Then also I traveled or something.
Okay. Well, Miguel, how do you keep?
We have a software.
Okay.
We use Tiny software.
Okay.
Yes. What is being managed by Tiny.
Okay.
So we have a database. You get all your customers in that. So I have that one aside. And I also have my Dropbox on my phone. That's what I do is that on daily basis, I take some of my customers, daily customers, info, save on my my PC, my laptop, it comes, so I see everything over there. So I always have that one also aside, and I use my WhatsApp also as well. So my customers, I have their names, the company's name over there. So sometimes what I do is that if I work with a customer for some time, I realize that that customer stopped customizing, and I know what the person interest is. When you are doing something, I just inform the person. I call the person to let the person know that I have this. And that is how we are doing it.
Okay, very good. How do you manage your contacts?
When you want to request it, have a request form. It's a Google form.
Okay.
So you fill in your email address and your telephone number and your person to be targeted. So you have a report of customers, what they requested for.
Okay, that's fine. So there are many tools that we can use to manage our contact. For some people, maybe because their business might not be very big, they can manually manage their customers. Maybe if you have 20 customers, you can manually manage them. But let's say if your business grows, you have 50, 100 customers, it gets to a point where it becomes quite difficult for you to manually, check up on all of these customers, maybe send them messages and everything. You get it. So tools then come in to help you. And then he said because of the tally software you're using, you also get a chance manage your contact list and everything. Mama has talked about using the Google Forms, and there are also other tools that you can use. So we have MailChimp is there. Yeah, we have ConvertKit, MailChimp. How many? Okay. The two.
Marketing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think maybe I can just write something.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you need access to internet, you can use the details here. Let me put the tally up.
Software you are using. So you have some, maybe the first category would be to do. So the projects you have on your hands that you haven't started. Then you have doing, maybe the projects you are currently on, and the ones you are done with, you get it. So that one makes you maybe at a glance, okay, I have 6 projects I'm yet to start. I'm currently working on 3 projects, and I'm done with 5 projects already. You get it. So it makes you manage it. Sometimes it gives you the opportunity to, you can include deadlines and everything. So maybe the customer wants maybe that's edited pieces something by 2 weeks time. So when you set the project in the task section, you include the deadline, and it will remind you maybe 3 days more to the deadline. You get it. So it also helps you manage your project, know when the rate of progress and maybe the tasks you are left to do and everything. So with that one, you can basically choose any. Some people might be conversant with one more than the other. So maybe for someone, maybe Trello might be maybe how the interface.
I'll give an example. I was setting up a small laboratory and I started with Dropbox. So it's cloud storage. What it allows us to do is we can network. So everybody has their own private Dropbox account. But we have one which I pay for the subscription. And it's a team network. So everybody can put in their files in there. So we go and we organize all our files and folders. And you can see what everybody is working on. Now it improves with time. And you can have it. When I started using Dropbox, you couldn't have it on the phone. But now it's an app on the phone. This is the icon.
Yeah, so I guess
okay. You can download it directly onto your machine, so you can work straight on your machine and save. When you save, it saves directly into the cloud as well. So if you go here, that is the Dropbox icon.
it's a Dropbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
see you have it.
Let
Sorry.
me make
Most
sure
of it,
that
yeah, it's very good.
now
Now that you have it. So maybe if you are using Android and you just go to Play Store, then
how much is it then if you want to get it?
you can say you just go to Play Store and download it. It's for sharing files and it's also like installing things in the cloud. So that should your laptop break down, the phone get missing. You wouldn't have to worry about where your business documents and everything.
For startup, I think I can collaborate with them. They only need to put in a file, and I'm in that file, and I can see the document in real time. And when you are editing that file, the document, there's a note to tell you that there's a newer version if the person has worked on it before, so you can save it as. You can start off with the free version, which allows you, I think it's 2 megabytes of data. So it's very
2 gigabytes.
2 gigabytes of data of storage, cloud storage. So as a small business, I think it's a good start. If you have 2 or 3 people in your business, it might be worth doing the plus. And again, you still use your own personal one. I think as the business owner, it's easier if you have your own subscription and then you let others sign in with the free version. You can use your data. You choose which files can be shared. You allow people to be able to see certain files. You can restrict how much they see. And even within a folder on your file, you can restrict how many documents or how many files within that folder they can share. Pretty much like in the real office, there's some confidential documents which some people cannot see. So they are filed separately. But maybe they fall under the same umbrella of business operations. So you have a business operations. Within business operations, there are different levels of who has access to what. So it gives you a bit of flexibility to do that. It's pretty simple once you get into it. Its best advantage is for the ease of usage everywhere. And they have new features such as you can work offline. You can, because it's a shared folder, everybody's putting stuff in. So if you download everything at a go, it takes too much space on your computer. So there's an option to sync only certain files to your desktop. So you can only use those files you use frequently when you are working. So for me, Dropbox works. It's expensive as you grow. So if you are a startup, it might not be something you want to use immediately. You might use the alternative, which is Google Business. I recently got into Google, and I only tried it about 2 or 3 days ago. It's $12.99 for the year to subscribe, but it allows you to have your own @company.com email address, which gives you some more credibility as opposed to whatever you admin@gmail.com. But this time you can have an email address which goes ama.odro@adminhub.org or .net or .com. So it was very exciting for me that I was able to buy my company's domain. So now we have our email addresses, so it seems like a proper, credible business. So Google Business is another one that I would recommend. Let me see if I can get onto that space to show you. And with that, you only need a Google Drive account. So your Google email address. When you go into Google and you click apps available to me, there's one that says My Business. So you can open a business account for it, and then you pay. It is linked to your personal Google account, but you can now subscribe users to it. So the one I set up a few days ago actually have that users in there. So they all have their own email address, but there's a shared folder. So when they work in it, I can also log in with my own details and then get into the same folder. So that is very easy for collaborative networking. Dropbox is a little bit more tricky because you also have to open your different accounts. and anyone can break into it, but it's very safe. But it's just my own preference, and I'm trying this to see how I integrate with it. So I use both Dropbox and then Google Drive. So I'll try and get the Google one for you to see the interface as well.
Very well. So I think as Dr. J was also saying, it depends on the level you are in your business. You get some businesses might not be in a position to maybe afford that kind of money on maybe buying and maybe subscribing to these systems and everything. But Google Drive is if you have a Gmail account, you have a Google Drive already as part of the apps Google really gives you. You get it. If you have a Gmail account, you can create your Google My Business account too. So I believe when you log into your mail at the top right corner, you see that dot. Maybe very good. Yes, once you tap on that rectangular dot, it gives you many apps that is freely available to your account. Google Drive has a storage capacity of 15 gigabytes for free. So whereas maybe the free version of Dropbox gives you 2 gigabytes, Google Drive gives you 15 gigabytes. And another video, it's basically a personal preference. You get it. Some I want to start with Google Drive since it's already free and I need the storage capacity to be quite large. You get it. Yeah, but depending on the level you are in your business, if you want to go for a paid version, fine. But you can make do. You can make do with. Very. So you have, you can use Google Drive. Yes, so that's more like a storage, the cloud storage platform Google gives to anyone who uses their mail. So that's for 15 gigabytes. You can always delete and add files. So far as you don't exceed that 15 gigabyte limit, you have maybe you want to manage your calendar. You get it. There are some free tools many people don't use. You have an appointment next week Thursday. You can use your Google Calendar and input your appointment inside. And because it's on your phone, Google reminds you. Maybe you set it at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So when maybe the meeting is at 9, but you set the reminder at 8:30. When it's 8:30, your phone beeps. There's that notification the meeting with Amma at so. So it decides a reminder for the meeting. You wouldn't have to go and buy anything. Google Calendar is free, and you also have a Google My Business. And I think it's on the course. If you scroll down a little bit, you have Google My Business. I don't know if you've used it before, and sometimes you can Google a business inside Google search engine. So let's say once you Google the business's name and information about the business, maybe their contact number, maybe directions to the place and everything. So what Google Business does for you is that it shows your business to people who live around your locality or maybe the vicinity you find yourself in. You get it? So you might not even have your website ready, but if you have set up your Google My Business account, when someone maybe Googles fruits shops near me, you get it. Google can bring up your business. Once you have set up your account, Google can bring up your business to that person. Once you indicated maybe your mobile phone number, your contact details, everything, address, they can call you. You get it. So Google My Business is also free. You have Google Docs. That's more like the Word document, the Microsoft Word. This one too is more like the online version. So as of the day, wherever you are, maybe you want to just do a quick, maybe send a quick document to a client. Once you have internet connection, you can use Google Docs to just create a document and send it over to your client. You have Google Sheets, which is more like the online version of Excel. You get it. So whereas Excel is like it's on your laptop or PC, you have an Excel in your pocket. You get it? So you can do just your basic things. The way you use Excel for business thing. You can also use Google Sheets for that, and also you can also sometimes people don't use it. Maybe you are going to a presentation, maybe you are going to present to a potential client, or maybe yes, you can use Google Slides. Maybe your laptop is broken and you can't maybe buy one maybe urgently. Just using your phone, you can just create your slides and then you can use it and go in for the meeting and do your presentation. You can also use Google Meet, Zoom has a free version which allows you to have meetings for a maximum of 40 minutes, after which they cut, then maybe you would have to restart the meeting, or maybe send the meeting link again. But with Google Meet, you can have an unlimited amount of maybe a number of hours meeting people. You get it? So there are many apps, Google Photos, you get it? Maybe for Peggy, so with your business, for instance, sometimes you can have so many pictures on your phone that the storage capacity might begin to get full. You get it? So you can back almost some of your images onto Google Photos. So anywhere you are, should a customer ask, can you just send me maybe a picture of maybe some of the attached dresses, or maybe you can time soon for your target audience. You just log in to your Google Photos and you can just send it over to them. You get it? So there are quite a number of apps and features Google gives you just by having a Gmail account. So if you're a small business and you're starting out, and maybe you might not really have the money to start paying for those subscriptions and everything, you have quite a number of apps that you can use almost for a bulk of the work you are doing. You get it? Yeah. So I think maybe
There's so much.
So maybe for those who might blog, maybe even for teaching, Google Classroom.
For those who
For those in the educational field and everything. Google Forms. So you want to carry out a survey, maybe about starting a business. You want to do the market study and find out whether people really have a genuine interest in what you want to do. With Google Forms, you just create your survey, you copy the link, you send it to people. They can fill, you get the results of the survey and everything to inform your decision-making process. You get it? And there are more, as you see, more from Google. You get it? So there are quite a number of apps and features that you can get for free or by having a Gmail account. Okay. And I think so we will just go into the specifics a little bit. So with the customer relationship management.
My website is currently under maintenance. Just do it.
Oh, okay.
Please, are there any questions with setting up your business using either Google or Dropbox? Do you have any? Is anyone using it currently and not having full functionality, or need some support with some aspects of it?
I haven't even
Signed on.
Okay, then I guess maybe during the course of the session, I can come over and then help you a little bit on the free.
I use Dropbox, but I don't know that there are lots of things that I need to explore and learn more about it. All that I know is that I had somebody say I downloaded it and I have all my documents over there. I use them. Wherever I am, I do access it. So mostly I don't go to places with my laptop. It's my phone that I always, so some of the things I check on it. So I always go with my phone. So that is, but I don't know, there are lots. So I think I will be very grateful, and I think I have to explore also and learn more about it. And the Google Drive also, there's another training that they normally save. I didn't know that there are lots of things over there. I just check on my phone and I save things, photos, unknowingly, I don't know. So when you open some of the things, I check and I have documents in most of them. And I said, I never knew that I something like that. But it's the business one that I need to look at it. I've not seen that, but I'll open and get it and learn more and use it for what we are doing. Yes.
Okay. Maybe I don't know if maybe there are any other questions any one of you might have before maybe we continue with the session.
So currently, how do you save your documents? On your computer or on a pen drive? Or you make scans and put them away? You write them in a book. I think you should probably try to start using these, and you'd be very impressed about the functionality of it. It's very versatile, and I mean today is really a hands-on. So even if it's just one of these, and you're like, oh, can you just show me how to get around? I'll help you sign in, get a feel of it, so that when you go back, you don't feel too overwhelmed to explore. Oh, maybe if I take this out, it's all my data. Now I'll tell you one thing with Dropbox. When I was doing my thesis, that's when I started Dropbox. I lost all my work after I got to cloud, and I got everything back. And recently too, I bought a new computer before I started using this. And not knowing the brand new computer had a virus on it, and it corrupted every document in my Dropbox even. So I contacted Dropbox and they restored all my documents because they had a backup there. So these are some of the advantages of cloud storage. I was surprised that they could get into Dropbox. So since then, you can ask anybody. I don't use pen drives. I only use it to transfer. But you can send transfers. So if you have a Dropbox account and you have lots of pictures that you need to email, it won't fit in an email. So you just send it as a link. And the people can download it onto their computers. It makes it easy and very versatile to move documents and things around. So I would encourage that we use it for our business.
Okay, very well. That's fine. So I guess
on your website,
yes.
can you just like it JOSA Yeah. I actually send the link to that. Oh, okay. You can just click on the link and it takes you straight to the website.
Did you know you could put WhatsApp on your computer as well?
Yes.
A lot of people had no idea.
Yes.
They come with WhatsApp. Okay. Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
So this
is your website?
so yeah, okay, so it's more like an e-commerce website. Okay, that's fine.
For those who don't have laptops, you know where to get it.
So I have all of that too. That's the cosmetic.
So the cosmetics you produce and then you also sell. Wow.
Okay, very good. So if I may just ask you a question, how do you manage your customer list? I mean, when people make purchases of things, so let's say I'm just a visitor to your website, so I display your websites and everything. Do you take any details, email, contact number, email address?
Before you can place an order, you have to fill in all those.
Oh, okay.
Phone number,
On the website.
Oh, and I receive it. So I call it back end, but the IT guys have a link for it.
Yeah.
So I receive it there, so I have all the
All this. Okay. And how do you manage your list? I mean, with that information that you
So
get.
it's there. I can always visit it anytime.
Okay.
But I also keep it manually.
Manually.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So I think maybe
So when orders come through,
okay.
it has to be delivered. So when I give it to the delivery guy, I write everything.
Wow, that might be. So let's say if in a week 150 people visit your website and make purchases, or maybe just make inquiries, you'll be writing 150.
It's crazy.
Okay.
I have so many.
Okay, very good. So I think that's where your customer and relationship management software also comes. You get it. So let's say for a software like a MailChimp or ConvertKit, you can use it to store the contacts of your customers. You can reach out to them anytime.
Which is also an app, right?
Yes. Very good. You can download. You can also
Is it this one?
Yeah, MailChimp. Yes. So MailChimp. No.
Not this
It has no.
one?
MailChimp has. Yeah, it's like this. Okay, yeah, it's that one.
Is this one?
Yes, they have that. Yeah, very good. Yeah, so with MailChimp, basically, you can store the contact of your customers online. You can batch send them emails or messages. Because maybe you have some new products on your website, because they have already made purchases on your website before, at least you have that level of trust with them. So maybe there are some new product that you would want them to, maybe they might be interested in it, and you can batch send them emails, or maybe segment your target audience based on the kind of things they purchase on your website. You get it, and then you can send them these emails or targeted messages. So it depends. You can either use MailChimp or you can also use ConvertKit. You get it. And for let's say those of us that yes, that one. Yeah.
Is that this one?
Yes, MailChimp, the one with the guy, the funny.
That's funny thing.
Yeah. So with that one too, it has the free account and also the paid subscription. But you can start with the free account. And the free account is private. Unless your business is very big and you have over 1,000, 2,000 customers, then you can then maybe.
So then I can transfer information from the website.
Yeah, very good.
Then fill the form like that.
Yeah.
I can transfer that information from the
Yeah, or sometimes you can even integrate MailChimp into your website. Maybe your developers can do it for you. So there is a MailChimp integration. So they can integrate the form inside your website for you. So that whoever comes to the website can just fill the forms. And all those details will be sent to your MailChimp account. So even if wherever you are, once you have a phone and an internet connection, you can always see the number of customers you have, their contact numbers and everything. And in the world we find ourselves in, you just don't have a transactional relationship with your customers. It's more like you build, trust. You make them know that you care. So sometimes you can even, maybe it's their birthday and you do have those details. You can just send them, a specific targeted message on their birthday. It just makes them, oh wow, like really think about it. You get it. And for certain people, it keeps them doing repeat businesses with you. And also you can use MailChimp to manage your client base and everything. You can also use ConvertKit. It's still the same functionality, but different companies. So I use ConvertKit, but I've also used MailChimp before. So either MailChimp or ConvertKit, you can use either of them to manage your customer list. And then they all come with they all have their free accounts. So you can start with one without paying. So that will help you manage your clients. And all you need is just a Google account. Maybe if you are using a MacBook or something, maybe your Apple account and everything, but that should be fine. Then when it comes to payment softwares, so as we were talking about with money, gradually customers are moving away from giving their businesses cash. We are gradually, that phase is going out. Right? So people either would want to pay for the services or goods you render to them via maybe mobile money or through other means. You get it. For maybe some premier clients, they might not even do mobile money. Some might want to give you maybe their Visa card, and then the deduction is made. So even though you start local, you still think internationally a little bit, because maybe a time might come, you might not just be dealing with local clients who might be using MTN or Vodafone here and again. Some people might outside Ghana. And would you just lose out on the business all because your payment system wasn't really good? You get it? So with Paystack, it basically gives you that number of options. You can receive payments using mobile money. You can receive payments using your Visa card. You can receive payments using your MasterCard. Either. Uber money number one. Almost everyone does have. Okay, so with the Paystack, you can do it yourself. You can integrate Paystack into your website, or you can have it as a separate landing page like this. It's just more like, we call it a landing page, just one page on the internet. So when the person has visited your website, filled in the forms, and is now ready to make payments, you direct the person to that page. So that page is just for paying, yes, payment page. And they just,
But you need an IT person to be able to. So
I can, you can do it right now.
So can we demonstrate?
Okay.
How do I do that?
Okay. Your number and then you have it. Oh no. I mean, and that's one thing. So let's say if you had a return on your phone, you could have done it. So for instance, yes, we have our physical ID cards, but you can take a pic of it. I mean, upload it to your Google Photos, or even if it's on your phone, maybe utility bill, just a pic of it. So you don't really have to. I mean, wherever you are, yeah, you can.
Something I do is my passport is saved into my Dropbox.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm doing anything that requires my passport, I pull it up, take a picture of it on my phone, use it, screenshot, and then it saves it as a picture, so then I can upload it to wherever I need to upload it. It makes it simpler. It's helpful that now I have both iOS, so they speak to each other. So if you have it here, you can quickly pull it onto your computer and do that. Then you can also take a screenshot on your computer as well. So you're not limited in what you are doing that now. So I've never had to carry my passport. I don't even know where my passport is. That's one. So I just carry it, and everywhere I go. You know when MTN said if you don't have your ID card, so I go and I just show my phone. But now they say you can't show your phone again. You have to have the thing in your hand. I think that's a bit bad.
Oh, no, right now, okay, so you can just mention the number.
Even the bank, they don't need to go with your card. I don't go to the bank with my ID.
Because someone told me
I
that.
also have it on my phone.
Yeah, or some places
And
in
then
America,
what they do is that when they enter your number,
it pulls up your picture.
so
Your picture
if I don't have it on me,
Yeah.
then I look on my phone. I just give them the number if I see it there. That is all.
Okay, good. So once you have those two, I mean, your documents, your valid national ID, and also a picture of your address, you can just set up your Paystack account, and you should be ready to start receiving money wherever your customers.
So what does the Paystack link? Your bank account or goes to the Paystack account?
Okay, so when you're setting it up, they will give you a platform where you either link, so let's say they will ask you, where would you want your customers to pay the money? So for some people, because it's also, I mean, all of us are in businesses, I do think everyone might have a business account, unless you want to mingle your personal finances with your business. But ideally, there should be a separate business account from your personal thing. So once you have your business account, you can just link your business account to your Paystack. Yes. So whenever anyone makes a payment, it is directly.
Your personal account.
Yes, of course. Like it depends. We'll do a this kind of. So, yeah, so it's a personal.
Financial prudence, fiscal prudence to have a separate system.
Yeah, so you determine whether you would want to link it to your personal account or a business account, and then payment. Whenever anyone makes a payment, they will go into that account. Yeah, so that's for Paystack. So it's quite simple to set up once you have this and to document it. Then it comes to invoicing app. So that was where Nana Lavindi was had a little bit of problem with it. So with the invoicing app, so we have so this way, and then there is one which is Zip Books. But we
I calculated.
Zip Books.
The account.
Yeah. Yeah. ZipBooks, yeah. So with that one too, it's quite easy. You can either download the app on maybe Google Play Store or maybe iPhone. Then, or maybe if you want to just set it up using maybe just your laptop, you just key in ZipBooks in your search engine, and then you can just follow the prompt. So you go to the sign up. You can sign up, input your email address, password, or you can sign up with your Google account. When you do sign up with the Google account, it syncs. So anytime you are logging in, because you already have a Google account, you don't have to key in your email address and your password again. And so with ZipBooks, it's basically for accounting. You can use it to send invoices to people. So in mine, I think that was the one I used when I sent you the invoice, basically. Yeah, so and it also makes your business look professional. You get it. It has, at least if I'm doing business with you and I ask you for an invoice and you send me some paper thing there, even though the paper isn't really the business, but it creates a certain level of perception about your business to me. You get it. But we are doing business, you ask for an invoice and I send you a professionally made invoice with your name, email address, my contact details, where you are paying to and everything. Yeah, so with ZipBooks, almost with any other software, you have a free version.
So you can connect one bank account to
Yeah, so they have a free version. Then the rest are the paid subscription. But you can send unlimited invoices. So even with the free version, you can get as many things as you want. You can manage your vendors and customers. So let's say if you do a business with Dr. AJ. Once I key in all her details, the next time I'm doing business with her, all her info is already saved. So I key in Dr. AJ and all the info comes, and then I just key maybe the amount, everything, and everything will be sent to get it accepted. And you can also use your ZipBooks to accept PayPal payments, Square or PayPal. PayPal is quite for the hidden charges and everything, but Paystack is also like PayPal. They're all payment softwares. Yeah, so even if you want, you can integrate your payment options to your ZipBooks, or you can have it separate from your invoicing app. So with this software or app, ZipBooks, you can create almost any invoice on the go. So maybe it's late, you've gotten a deal, the person is ready to pay. Like, do you wait till the next morning before you tell the person, oh, wait, in the morning I'll send you the invoice? No, some people might be on the edge. It's like, I don't think he or she is ready to do business. Maybe you might go to a competitor, he gets it back. Once you have this software app, just with some taps on your phone, you can create an invoice, and then you can have it sent to them.
We should try it. Okay. So I'm going to sign in.
Is Paystack similar to ExpressPay?
Yeah, so Paystack is similar to ExpressPay.
Like Pay.
Yeah, Stripe and everything. So you can use Paystack to accept any African businesses. It's two Nigerians who founded it. So they are more targeted towards African businesses. How they can receive international payment and local payment from their clients.
So ZipBooks, I don't have.
So you know that, okay, maybe by, let's say, the end of this month, I should be expecting 5,000 Ghana cedis in my account. You get it? So let's say the time is due and your customers haven't yet made that payment, it gives you an indication that, okay, you have to double check up on them for the invoice you have sent it. Maybe there might have been a reason why they have not yet been able to make payments and everything. And it also gives you the option, it gives you financial reports, you get it. So with each and every invoice you make, it collates everything. So at the end of the month, they can give you a financial report of your company based on the invoices you sent out. So let's say you send 10 invoices out. Okay, so you send 10 invoices out and you've been able to 8 out of
Is it possible to change the hands?
For face, yes, definitely. I use Ghana cedis. You can use dollars, pounds, euros. How many? Yes, you can change. You can change the currency. Okay, so can we just create try creating an invoice and let's see. Okay, yeah. So you have so first there is this section where you can maybe upload the logo of your company or something. Yeah, so you have maybe a company logo, you can just upload the image here to give the invoice a face. You get it? And then you can go to bill to. So that's the customer you are sending the invoice to. So and then maybe maybe you have a new customer.
I used to have one.
Okay. Okay, so it hasn't reflected. Or we can even just create one. Use the name already.
But it's not yet.
Okay.
But it's not uploading.
Okay. Well,
Maybe it'll take time.
yeah. So here is just a section where you key in the name of your customer and the address. So yeah. So if the customer's contact isn't already saved on ZipBooks, then it's like you are now going to create a database for that customer. So the name, company name, address, and everything, phone number, website, then you use it. So anytime you are sending it to that customer, the name will pop up organically, and then you can just continue with the invoice.
So what is this?
No, this one, you can just skip that one and just go to C. Let's see.
Maybe our internet is very slow. Oh,
Yeah, because of the email.
You know that I gave the wrong email address.
Good. So you see, so everything has been the technology already. I mean, does everything. So this is the customer you are billing to, the name, the details, everything. And there is also a section for years you hadn't done it. So you had just written pound gun. So when that's the name, then you can include the email address of the company and the number maybe if the person wants to call for further inquiries and everything. Yeah. So the same way we have the details of the customer, the same way you can also set up the details of and then with the currency, so you can scroll down there is the Ghana cedis. So money, very good. Okay, very good. And also some people when they send out invoices, maybe they might want to add a due date. Maybe when you receive the invoice by so and so date, you should have made payment. This helps you track the invoices you sent and whether your customers or clients have been able to, fulfill their orders and everything. Yeah. So good. Yeah. So this is the name of the service you are offering, or whether it's a service or goods, maybe a payment for food use, vegetables, maybe kaftan, writing, maybe editing, everything. Yeah. You can always. Yeah, so maybe if there are any terms and so let's see. And for some people, also include, maybe for those medium big businesses, they include their bats and all this NHL, everything inside. So, but if, let's say it's a small business and you don't really do NHL bats things, you can just keep it. And it's also one feature that it reads the quality of your invoice. Yeah. So I mean, with time, you can create better invoices. Yeah.
But does it train you to create better invoices?
Okay.
Or how do you know if your invoice is good?
Okay, so sometimes you can experiment, or sometimes, I mean, when you go on their website, they have free resources where they teach on how you can create. So let's say something like this. This might have attributed to the logo store, but there wasn't any image here and everything, so all of those things. So after you're done with everything, this is where you can choose to add payment to maybe a payment option, whether you are connecting it to maybe a PayPal, they use PayPal and I think or Stripe or something. Yes, so you can add
If they do something.
Okay, for Zibs, no. It's not an African, so they do more of the international, that's why they use PayPal and Stripe. But PayPal and Square. Yeah, so PayPal and Square, they are still payment softwares that you can use to, get your money from your clients, whether local or international. But let's say if a majority of your clients are locally based, of course, but maybe there's quite a number of people who might want to pay with PayPal, or might want to pay with Square. But at least with mobile money,
PayPal is not available in Ghana yet.
it's available, depending on, I have a PayPal account.
You can have it linked to a Ghana account.
Yes.
Yeah, then you got back. Someone told me wasn't available.
Yes, it's not officially available to Ghanaian, but you can still find a way around it and get a PayPal account. Yeah. So if you wouldn't really want to add a payment option to it, you can just stick to the PayStar. That one has the mobile money compatibility. So if the person wants to pay via mobile money, it seems that the person can use that. So the person wants to pay via Visa card or maybe MasterCard or anything, they can also use that one to pay for it. So once, so we will not tackle the hard payment here. Yeah. Good. Yeah, so it gives you an option. So anytime you want to edit your invoice, there is always an editing option there. And then you can click on the finalize percentage. So when you click on finalize percentage, it gives you two options. So when you click finalize and send, it will send it via email to remember the email. Yes, so that's directly. Or you can finalize without sending. So that without sending, you can now download the invoice yourself and then maybe send it to the person's WhatsApp number or any other. So if you wouldn't want to send it to the person via mail, just use the second option, finalize without sending. Yes, so once you do that, you can download. So it's always be on your phone or here. Then you can send it to the person whether on WhatsApp. It's more like a PDF document now. So you can. So that's Zipbooks. The more you use it, the more you also get to have a few of the features. So this is how the invoice looks like now.
How about the record keeping side of it?
Okay.
I think for now that's
so with the record keeping, for instance.
What is this for? Why does this have green things?
No, this is more of your projection thing. No, this. Are you sure?
Times the time.
Oh, okay.
So we have time how long it takes for it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so with so once you have, very good. So this is transactions, right? Yeah, so today is July 30th. So you created an invoice of
2,000.
okay, that's so 2,000 Ghana cedis to my minority and everything. So once my minority also fulfills, her side of the business, you can now come and key it in, so you can take it. You get it? So ZBooks will now keep the records in their system. So you need the 2,000 Ghana has come. So maybe at the end of the month or end of the week, when you go to your report section, so you see an income statement, balance sheet, income statement, maybe percentage of sales, cash flow statement, general, it's okay, good. So and then you have your sales operating. Oh, okay, good. Yeah. So once you go to your reports, it gives you almost everything. Your income statement, your balance sheet, cash flow, your general ledger, general taxes invoice. That's when you are creating the invoice, you included the taxes and everything. So you can click on any one of them. So let's say income statement, and then So let's say once the client makes the payment, then everything will reflect. So your sales, expenses, operating income, other revenue, other expenses, your net income and everything. So that one too gives you an idea about the health of the financial health of your business. And you can always maybe you could go back here. I think one. Yeah, and you can always compare. So let's say a year ago, how much income had I made? Let's say you compare July 2020 to July 2021. So you can do those reports. So last year, just check, okay, so a year on, how much have I maybe improved as a business financially? Am I getting maybe more revenue as compared to exactly that period a year ago or something like that? So, once you start using it, you will gradually become conversant with it.
I want to find out if I can input some of my transactions into the.
Yes. So even if you've already performed previous transactions, just to get an idea, like your statements and everything, so you can just key it in. Yes, and then you just have to tick the box. Since they have already made the payment, so you tick the box, then they will, if you truly want to get the reports, they will give you a general overview of your reports and everything. Yeah, so I think it's, you can, once you try it out, with time, you will get.
So if you're going to do that, then you have to create invoices for all of them.
Yeah.
And then just take that in. Does this give me an option to sign the invoice? Because some people want their invoices signed.
Yeah.
To make it look authentic. Would this have it?
Okay, so one thing is that you can blend two technologies or tools. So there is this so I use so Adobe Fill and Sign. So that one you can use it to create an e-signature. Once you create an e-signature, then you can more like copy the e-signature and paste it. So it's just the one simple. So anytime you want to add maybe your electronic signature, you paste it there and you are good to go. Yeah, so with that, okay, so then I guess we can just have to. I think I can rule into where I do.
The other app I came across, Invoice. I was trying to show you, but that one, I did it on my phone, and it actually gives you the option to sign your signature, and it automatically uploads it. So
you can stylus to sign.
Yes, or your hand. If it's Mac by iOS, I just use my hand to sign, and then it saves it. It's really professional. When I I did it, I was so excited. It's like, I don't know how to get it on. I did it on the phone. I don't know how to do it on the computer.
Yeah. And also even with the Adobe Fill and Sign, so let's say when it comes to these contractual agreements, once you create your document and everything, you can just import the document there and then add your e-signature and you're good to go. So once your e-signature is saved, you just need the document you want to, add your e-signature to, and then you are good with it.